Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the Great and Powerful Zilla, and today I am here to tell you that I was wrong. I did not do my due diligence and research, and I apologize. And what am I talking about? Well, it's on the World of Warships forums. Community contributors like Jingles, iChase, and Flamu have made videos about it, and Reddit has gone nuclear. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the dockyard. You have a time limit to finish the quote unquote free Puerto Rico. Construction doesn't start for another day, but you will see that I only have 29 days to finish this ship. I have gotten the first upgrade done. All right. So that part is done, and I am at 60% of stage 1. There are 36 stages to this, okay? All right, 36, right? So, what are they talking about? What's everyone in Opera about? First of all, it's the holiday season. People have family, they have gifts, they have parties, they have relaxation. Some people take their vacation time this time of year for no other reason than it's the holiday season. Wargaming expects you to play this nonstop. And what they have done, basically, is contrived these directives to ensure that it is impossible for you to do this ship without spending money. I said in my previous video that it was a rumor. It's not a rumor, it's a fact. I did not do my research, and for that, to you, I apologize. I was wrong. Now, I have done the first directive, except for the aircraft carriers. I've been working on that. Okay? But all of these I've done, and this was not easy to do. A lot of guys ask me about the pyrotechnics, how to do this. There is one fairly easy but kind of RNG way to do this that I did it in 4 games, and I'll explain to you how I did it. Get a British carrier, preferably tier 8 or tier 10, the Audacious or the Implacable. Go into a co-op. Start off with your rocket planes. Attack a capital ship, like a battleship. Start a fire, hopefully. In co-op, the AI will instantaneously extinguish the fire and use its damage control. The moment you see that fire is set, hit your F key, get back to your carrier, and set off with dive bombers. This only works on British and American carriers. It does not work on Japanese carriers because Japanese drop armor-piercing bombs, and the American Enterprise drops armor-piercing bombs. So only use American or British carriers. It works best with British. Come back to that same ship, bomb it, hope to start a fire or 2, all right, and it will burn its full duration because their damage control is on cooldown. Do this as many times as you can within the course of a game. If you're lucky, you might get 2 done that way, but it's important to remember, rockets first, start a fire, hit the F key, get back to the ship, take off in dive bombers, hit the same ship again, and hope to start fires that way. It worked for me in 2 games. Or not 2 games, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. About four games, 3 or 4, maybe 5, I can't remember exactly. But it does work. All right? So that's a quick and easy way to do it. Destroyers, not so much. I mean, you can do it on destroyers, but the problem is you hit it, it hits damage control, you got to wait 9 seconds before you can start another fire. If you can start another fire, you're firing away. By that time, everybody else has shot at that ship and killed it. Whereas with an aircraft carrier, you go into the back of the line, over the ships up front with everybody shooting at, and you're doing it that way. Okay? So you're hitting that battleship that's behind everybody else, that's not receiving a lot of incoming fire from your teammates. All right? So that's a way to get it done. Just a suggestion. But that's not easy. 165,000 hit points of damage by setting fire. 100 set on fire with or hits the Citadel ribbons with battleships or cruisers. That was easily done by me in the Smolensk, the Worcester, and the Hargun. Well, not the Hargun. The Sovietsky CUs. All right. 40 defended, captured. This is all pretty bog standard. Destroy 65 ships. In co-op, I was averaging about 2, sometimes 3 ships a game, average. Killed. It's best to play when not a lot of people are on, and you get a lot of bots with you. So about 30 games, I was 30 to 40 games, I was able to get that done. Received 23 million or 2.3 million hit points of potential damage. I did that simply because I'm a potato and I sail out in front and my other ships, and I catch that. You could do that in any ship. Trophy year, 12 million credits. You get 3 of these done, you get this done. All right. And this is just a credit grind. I put some flags on. But Jingles, iChase, and Flamu, all of which made videos on this that describe this grind better than I can. Their links are in the description below. But let's go to stage 3, where you get the Italian cruiser, the Gorizia. All right, as some of my colleagues call it, the Godzilla. 72 ships. You go into co-op, you average 2 ships a game. You're talking 37 games, maybe. Series of devastating blows, 130 hits, Citadel, torpedo hits. Okay. They don't say if that counts with carriers or not. Guess we're going to have to find out. Right? 130 is a lot. And an average co-op game, if you play a destroyer like the Shimakaze, you might get 6 to 7, maybe 10, and odds are it's going to kill the ship anyway. So that those two can kind of go together. Secondary armor 4,500 times. That's, what are you going to do? Get on a get on a Gross Kurfürst, a Bismarck, or a Mississippi, and you guys sit across from each other and just go full on broadside like Nelson's Trafalgar and hope to get this done? Seriously? 32,000 XP, or 320,000, I stand corrected. The bottom line is this becomes ridiculous. 105,000 base XP. Bend me over, forget about the Vaseline. Are you kidding me? A potato like me is never going to get this done. Hell, man. The unique upgrades for the ships and your personal missions? The final stage of that sucker, you can get to it right here, is 40,000 XP, okay? On these, all right? So you got to get 40,000 XP as the final stage of this, okay? Right here, 40,000. It takes me a month of Sundays to get that done. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding. So anyway, back to this, okay? So with this, if you do this, you've gotten 2.5 unique modules done. Base XP on your carriers, yeah, that's not going to happen. 48,000 base XP. That's more than the unique modules on tier 10 ships. Yeah. And if you get through all that, if you get 6 of those done, you can get the Gorizia, which will allow you to play with a quote-unquote free Italian ship. It's not free. You're investing time into it. So that's what the Storm's all about, guys. And when you get up to Directive 7, it just gets ridiculous. It's impossible to do. So bottom line is, what you've got to do, if you want to get to Puerto Rico... Whoops, I'm sorry. I went to the wrong screen again. Okay. You collect your shipbuilding tokens as quickly as you can. You put it into here, right? And you get this going. All right. You got to spend this money to get access to complete the ship all at once, which means you're going to spend about $200 to $300 US to buy this ship. there are a lot better out there. Okay? The Grizia is a nice prize. Why? Because the missions, there are 4 stages to it, are set up for it. You got to start with the Grizia and then move on up from there with any other ship. Okay? And you get ships out of it. These are not premium ships, they're tech tree ships. The Ismail, the Furious, the Guepard, which I'm not a big fan of French destroyers anyway. Okay? And the final one I think is, the Trento. Alright, so odds are you probably already have these ships in your inventory anyway. The bottom line is, they have contrived this to make it impossible for you to finish unless you spend money on it. Now, what makes me upset about this is simply this. Wargaming had a lot of faux pas this past year. We could talk about all kinds of stuff from the carrier rework, which is still messed up for carriers, all the way up to the NTC, if y'all remember that mess. They had an opportunity with this holiday season to fix that, to make amends. People are generally more forgiving this time of year, and people are generally nicer this time of year. And Wargaming had the opportunity to say, hey, it's been a rough year. We're going to make amends. Here's what we're going to give you. But instead, they nerfed the snowflake, the amount that you get off of snowflakes. And then they put this in there. The dockyard is a great idea. It has potential in the future. But when you put a wall of quests and missions, directives, call them what you will, in front of it, it makes it impossible to do. All you're doing is alienating your player base. You're not making any fans, in other words. Okay? And then the captain's log is a nice cosmetic thing. It doesn't clear up any of this clutter. It should, but it doesn't. It's cosmetic. All right? So, yeah. There it is, guys. Again, I was wrong. It is, in fact, not 100%, but 99.99% impossible to get this done for free. The bottom line. I'm sorry to report Wargaming did this. World of Tanks, I'm going to be doing a video on that a little bit later. It is still going strong and they're still excellent. You get a free tank. I'll explain that in that video. But World of Warships had the opportunity to score a touchdown and they fumbled the ball. Until next time, you guys be good to each other and have a great, great day.